The 290 GP steering wheel from Conspit is one of the most advanced I have ever touched under 1K, and in fact, at the time of releasing that video, I have seen some Black Friday deals for €709 after VAT, which makes it one of my favorite choices for what it has to offer on the sim market right now. But before I explain why this is so exciting launch, the necessary disclaimer: Simware and Conspit sent my way their hydraulic pedals, the 18Nm Aris Platinum DD base and this cutie for test and review under the same conditions as the other sim gear you see in this channel, and those are nothing but sharing my experience with you guys. That being said, for the pedals and the base I will need few more weeks before create full opinion, and we'll start with the 290 GB wheel. I haven't seen for a while such a long marketing page, so let's check one by one all those points and see if we'll match the experience. First, light yet rigid at 1400 grams. So my sample here without the stickers and without any cables, aluminum adapter and quick release measured exactly 1410 grams, which I guess is what they are marketing here, but with the adapter, which is 118 grams, and the quick release I use goes up to 1900 grams. Just for reference, with the 320mm GTX2 full package with the same quick release and aluminum adapter which weighed 1860 grams, and the Soelpec full package at 2032 grams is right in the middle with plus minus 100 grams. Let's call that statement true. Just keep in mind the weight will change depending on the quick release we use, and it's about the same weight with other top wheels. Next, breaking the two-dimensional limits, redefining the 3D aesthetics for optimized ergonomics in real-use scenario. As you can see, the thumb rotaries and the buttons have some inclinations, and each one is optimized for the thumb position, which makes it the most comfortable ergonomically speaking I ever had in my hands. Indeed, each of those inputs feels optimized to work with, and I can't say it's like night and day difference with flat designs, but it's for sure the sweetest feeling I ever had. The buttons and rotary inclinations really follow my curved movement from my thumb. Next one is the spatial way out. Spatial thumb operating zone while holding the wheel. They marked the 4 rotaries, 4 buttons and the 2 7-way switches. I have to admit that's absolutely true, as it gives comfortably 24 thumb inputs with firm hands on the grips. Absolutely zero exaggeration here, as they are not including the bottom 2 buttons, which are still reachable but with bit stretching, which takes from the comfort. Next one, enduro grips specially designed for long distance endurance driving, offering exceptional durability. Now, they claim they are using specially modified TPU material, precise molded in double layer injection process, which translates in age resistance and even color fade problems, and I hope this promising statement will age well, as it is impossible right now to know if that's true. Time will put that statement to test for sure. However, the molding is very clean without sharp edges I often complain about, and it has some texture which gives very good grip without feeling sticky with bare hands. It has an atomic shape which puts the hands and the finger in comfortable position, and I have to admit is matching the comfort from my favorite Cube Controls grips. The rubber, however, is quite hard, and that can be good or bad depending on subjective preference, but one advantage of that is it doesn't flex at all. So, except for the durability statement, which is something to be tested with the time, I can give 10 out of 10 points for the ergonomics and grips comfort. As I've said, is matching the Cube Controls grips comfort, and that is serious compliment. Moving to the build materials, the only plastic parts I can find are the button caps, the LED diffusers, and that little thumb rotary cover. The main body is casted aluminum, the pedal shifters, the button guards and the rotary knobs are all aluminum, and the 3D faceplate is actual forged carbon, not reinforced plastic. The 3D carbon face looks very clean with all those complex shapes, and flexing the wheel is impossible with that aluminum body core and doesn't make any squishy noises under pressure. The 3 middle rotaries have zero tolerance between inputs with medium hard resistance and very little tolerance for the thumb rotaries with medium soft resistance. The stiffness for each operation is absolutely enough and easy to be precise, one input at a time, which is the most important part for me. The RGB buttons have snappy action without initial spring load feeling, but with positive click and little play side to side. Turning the wheel around, on the back there are two magnetic shifters with push-pull dual action, and that design with those long levers create huge play on the vertical axis. That movement looks a bit sketchy to me, and if in normal use doesn't make any difference, I don't know if that will create any problems after a few 100,000 shiftings. I can see in normal use there is no vertical forces, just horizontal, but I guess that's just weak spot of that design. Also, those have medium stiffness, which makes sense for the push action as we won't have enough power to push back single finger. Also, those huge pedals create slight vibration feeling with every shift. It's interesting decision to go that way and make it push-pull, which is something I personally won't use, but some of you may enjoy that, and that's absolutely subjective matter. And finally, on the bottom, dual clutch system, again with aluminum levers and carbon plates. There are no physical adjustments, but everything feels absolutely okay for my 11 size hands. Right now I use it with the VNM Extreme and is connected via USB coiled cable, which connects directly to the board, and what keeps it in place is the channel on the adapter and the quick release which compress the cable. It feels secure, but I added some zip tie just to calm my own paranoia. Now, about the screen. I don't know if that will be SimHub compatible, as I don't see any options right now and I wait for confirmation. Hopefully Conspit will see that video and make things clear. That 4.3-inch display is not VOCOR and the contrast ratio is not as good, but still not bad at all. There are already 9 preset pages with different information, and that's something to evolve with the time, but SimHub compatibility will save everyone who want to mess deeper. It is the usual 800 by 480 resolution, which is absolutely enough for that size screen, and with 500 nits brightness and 60 fps refresh rate. 12 RPM LEDs on top and 3 on each side for flags and warnings. The plastic diffusers are a bit transparent and I can see the individual LEDs inside. I would personally prefer to see better diffusers on those, as the ones they used on the buttons, which have zero hotspots and looks very sweet. There is also telemetry for the buttons backlight, and again I hope this will become SimHub compatible and unleash the full potential of that hardware. Then we have 2 sets of stickers, ones with the purple color, which is the brand color, and black set, which is not perfectly cut, but the purple is great and is my personal choice. Software wise, the usual options for dimming the lights, calibrate the shifter sensors, colors, biting points. I'm sure this software is about to evolve a lot with the time. So here are my final thoughts. For €779 VAT included. Let's start with the negative points. The biggest one is that shifter design with the push-pull feature, which creates that vertical movement. As I've said before, I don't feel that in normal use and it's not deal breaker for me, but is there if I push it vertically, and you have to be aware. Next one I personally want to see is better diffusers without any hotspots for the RPM indicators. And lastly, the LSD is not touchscreen and doesn't match the black levels from the Vocor. Now, keep in mind that I put those as negatives while comparing it to the top wheels on the market. That being said, everything else matched, and in some cases even exceed other twice more expensive wheels in that style. The 3D ergonomics are a cool experience and is one of the most comfortable I had in my hands. The grips are grippy but not sticky, and build quality is absolutely outstanding. Perfectly matching lines between all different components from the aluminum and the carbon parts. It looks and feels quality in every possible way, and I'm personally impressed with the wheel itself without counting the price. With all those features, build quality and ergonomics, considering the cost under €800 VAT included, is absolutely one of the top suggestions for those who are dreaming wheel with screen. No product is perfect, but price-performance ratio here is absolutely awesome. It looks like Conspit entering aggressively the market with serious products in competitive prices, and I hope to get the same experience with the DD base and those hydraulic pedals.